What up? It's your boy A9. And today we're here with another episode of the A9 Cast, episode 9. I think it's 9. Today is gonna be a little different. I feel like I say that a lot, maybe. I can't remember. Today is gonna be a little different. This week we talking about, I wouldn't say conspiracy theories, we breaking down what is certain things and how we should look at certain things, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. It's hard to explain. Once I talk about it, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. What really is television? You know what I'm saying? What is TV? What is the media? What is entertainment? You know what I'm saying? What are they there for? What is their purpose? Now, a long time ago, I want maybe a year, 2 years ago, something like that. I was reading an article or I was watching a video, something I was doing. And in there, they was talking about how the news is like the commercial for commercials. That as far as what is real news, what is fake news, the news is just there pretty much to waste time from one commercial to the next commercial. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. So with that being said, and me thinking about it a few days ago, now I wonder, as far as TV shows go, dramas, television series, all that stuff like that, is that what TV really is? You know what I'm saying? If the news only job is to come up with stories and come up with things to keep people attached to it long enough for them to show commercials and sit there and watch commercials and promote and stuff like that. That's what they said that the news is really there for, which is why the news don't really get any flack or much flack for putting out false information or giving false ideas and stuff like that, because it's called news entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So with that, makes me wonder, shows like, I'm just gonna say random shows, Big Bang Theory, That's So Raven, Zack and Cody, just shows like that. Do they have the same purpose in the big scheme of things? Is everything that we watch on TV really what's supposed to be on TV, or is it just the commercial for the commercials? You know what I'm saying? Is it just a break from commercials? Is that all that TV actually is? When you think about it, some of the biggest companies in the world, with the most money, with the most power, with the most just control over Americans, very little of them have anything to do with actual television. A lot of them are involved in commercials, involved in production of selling products and stuff. The biggest companies in the world: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You see their commercials on TV all the time. Companies that are not in that top 5 biggest companies in the world, all, companies like of course Viacom and stuff like that are big companies, but they are nowhere near where Apple and stuff like that is. And that makes you wonder, like, who has the real power over television? Is it the people who create the shows, the people who act in the shows, the people who own the shows, or is it the people who own and write and create the commercials? You know what I'm saying? And is that really what the purpose of television is? Is the purpose of television really just a box that we watch commercials on, and they have a break from the commercials? They have advertisements. Like, if you think about it, a lot of shows, like, they have the apps, the streaming apps, where it's like commercial free, but you would not know that those apps were commercial free unless you've seen a commercial advertised in the app to tell you that the app is commercial free. And a lot of those apps are owned by companies that aren't really making that much money besides from the commercials. You know what I'm saying? Like, they make their money off of television. They make their money off of you watching the shows, you making, you know what I'm saying, you giving their ratings up and all stuff like that. If they're trying to promote commercial free, maybe they're like, okay, the real money is getting away from these commercials, because we're tired of having them taking all the money from our viewers. We want some of that money. So maybe that's why commercial free, because of course people don't like commercials. But if commercials was really giving the TV stations and stuff like that the money that they deserve, they wouldn't want to distance themselves from them, unless the commercials are the ones that's owning cable. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much why I'm going at it. Do the advertisers own cable, own TV, own the media, or is it the ones that are creating the shows that are on cable and on media and all stuff like that? I just thought about this. I can't remember when I was thinking about this, but just when you think about the alternatives of how, like YouTube, for example, a lot of the creators make their money from the advertisers. Advertisers also do commercials or are commercials. So in that aspect, who really owns YouTube? YouTube is owned by Google. Google advertises everywhere. Google makes a lot of money from advertising. You know what I'm saying? So once again, who owns the media? Is it the ones that create the content, or is it the ones that promote on the content? You know what I'm saying? And that's a discussion I want to have. I really do think, like, yeah, Google owns YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Google specializes and makes a lot of money from advertising on websites and advertising on Google and advertising on TV. And a lot of YouTubers make a lot of money from ad dollars and sponsorships. So it's like, yeah, a lot of YouTube is controlled and ran by advertisers and commercials and stuff like that. So what's the difference between that and cable TV, which gets a lot of commercials and views and stuff like that? If a show isn't bringing enough ratings, if a show isn't getting enough viewers, all that does is mean less eyes are on the commercials that are put on during that show. With less eyes, that's less money being made for the company, right? So they will cancel the show because, hey, we're not making no money from your show that's supposed to be bringing views to our commercials, so we're going to cancel it. So who is really in control of canceling TV shows? Is it the company? Is it the TV station? Is it those people? Or are they basing who gets canceled and what stays off of what the advertisers are saying? You know what I'm saying? Just something I've thought about. You know what I'm saying? Let's also talk about just self-appreciation. All right, I'm done with that argument. Done with just talk about that. Just something I thought about, something I wanted to bring up, something I wanted to go into details about. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of commercials and sponsorships, if you want one of these hats, you know what I'm saying? The GOAT hat available now. Link in the description. It's in my store. $29.99. I believe I'm selling this for. I gotta check. But I think it's $29.99 for a GOAT hat. I also have an Anonymous Tees hat, which I'll probably have on here sometime soon. But I also have an AT hat, initial hat, which I'm also doing initials for, like, personal initials for people. My GOAT shirt, which I had on last episode. All that link in the description below. You promo code first order to get 10% off of your first order. Also, shout out to Brio Bottle. Had a good workout this morning. You know what I'm saying? And, it's so much easier to drink. You know what I'm saying? Easy to clean. It looks nice. It feels nice. Has a nice weight. Coast at the bottom. So shout out to Brio Bottle. Also shout out to FrontRvnner's Clothing. You know what I'm saying? Link to all of them will be down below. Let's get into the next topic. And that is appreciating what you have. Learning how to understand that, I'm pretty sure we've heard this a million times, but there's always going to be a bigger house, always going to be a better bitch, always going to be a faster car. You know what I'm saying? You only get what, you know what I'm saying? If it's meant to happen, it will happen. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. If you don't have it right now, you're not meant to have it right now. And you need to learn how to just appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That maybe there's some things that you need to learn, some things you need to go through, some things you need to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Before you get to that spot that you feel you deserve to be at. You know what I'm saying? If you're not there, you're not meant to be there at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Life moves in that way in my mind. To me, that's how life moves. Life moves in a way where it's like you get what you deserve no matter what. If you don't deserve a Bentley coupe, you will not have a Bentley coupe. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, like, selling your soul and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, those in power only have so much power. You know, if you had to sell your soul for a Bentley coupe, guess what? That thing gonna get crashed or stolen in the next couple of days if you're not meant to have it. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? If somehow you did something to get a big old house, somebody's gonna rob the house, shoot up the house. You know, a hurricane or tornado is gonna blow the house away because you were not meant to have it at that moment. And just having that idea in your mind of, if I don't have it, I'm not meant to have it right now. Maybe I'll have it in the future, maybe I'll never have it. But nothing will be put in my life that isn't supposed to be there. With that mindset, you learn how to appreciate the things that you have. You know what I'm saying? My car. You know, I like BMWs. I wanted BMW at one time, but guess what? I'm not gonna just say my car is trash and I hate my car. No, I love my car. I'm not meant to have a BMW right now. I'm meant to be in my Nissan. You know what I'm saying? I like my Nissan. I take care of my Nissan. It is my Nissan. You know what I'm saying? I'm not meant to have the BMW right now. But guess what? One day I will get it. Maybe, if I'm meant to have it. Houses, you know what I'm saying? I don't own a house right now, but I want to own a house. But guess what? Something's going to happen in my life and I will be blessed to have the money to buy my own house. And that will be the moment that I was meant to have my own house. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to just realize sometimes if you don't got it, you're not meant to have it. Sometimes somebody's holding you back from getting it. But if you're meant to have it, no matter what another man does, no matter what another human says or what another human does, if you're meant to have it, you will get it despite anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel about a lot of things. I feel like that's the best outlook to have on life. Is like, if you're not there yet mentally, physically, financially, you gotta just stay motivated. You gotta keep going and realize I want to live my dream. Maybe now isn't the moment that my dream comes true, but eventually I will live that dream if I'm meant to have it. Because guess what? You're not going to have a dream of something unless you're meant to have that dream of something. You're not going to have that desire unless you're meant to have that desire, because it's not all about materialistic things. It's also about what's in your mind. Certain thoughts. You won't have certain thoughts. You won't have certain ideas. You won't have certain desires if you're not meant to have those thoughts and ideas and desires. And I'm not talking about like sexually. I'm talking about business ideas, investment ideas, just ideas that you feel, music ideas, songwriting ideas. You won't have those unless you're meant to have those. Your mind is set a certain way, and your mind is going to work a certain way, and it will think certain things if it is meant and created to think and want certain things. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I just wanted to talk about today on the Ep.9 cast. I didn't pay much attention to what's going on as far as like the news and what's going on, celebrity stuff like that. I've been just sitting back and thinking about a lot as far as like life and what is the world that we living in right now. You know, I did a lot of that. So that's why this episode is mostly that, just talking about what is TV. Are you meant to have this? And if you are, you will have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a lot of thinking about that, you know? So that's why I just brought that to this episode. But next week, we're going to get back into talking about whatever nonsense celebrities got going on. I promise. I promise. But that's it for me. I'm out. Too sweet. Deuces.